please be seated. Hello, everyone. My name is Reena Thomas. I'm the Senior Associate Dean of Medical Education. Welcome to the Stanford School of Medicine graduation ceremony. Today, we have the privilege of honoring the commitment, excellence, and limitless potential of an amazing group of graduates. We are also delighted to be joined by their families, friends, and loved ones who have traveled from all over the world to be here for this special occasion. Appreciating the hard work and sacrifices all have made to make this moment possible, I want to remind everyone that we intend to have a ceremony free of disruption. Anyone attempting to distract or prevent our ceremony from proceeding will be issued a warning, and if not respected, may be asked to leave. Today is about our students and the people here to support them, and we wish to have a respectful tribute. Thank you so much for your understanding, and so now, on to the ceremony. I would like to welcome Reverend Dr. Sakena Young-Scaggs, Senior Associate Dean of Religious Life.
Greetings. Oh, I know y'all here to celebrate. Greetings. I greet each one of you with grace and peace today as we celebrate together Stanford University School of Medicine graduation ceremony for class of 2025. Here at Stanford, it is our tradition to begin communal celebrations with an acknowledgement of the land on which we stand and the peoples who steward it across generations. So we will begin with the Stanford Land Acknowledgement. We all recognize that Stanford sits on the ancestral land of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe. This land was and continues to be of great importance to the Ohlone people. Consistent with our values of community and inclusion, we have a responsibility to acknowledge, honor, and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. Thank you. It is also our tradition to invoke the sacred, the universal love. It is also called the sacred or the holy. I come to you in the many ways we know the holy. I will pray in my tradition, and I invite each one of you to pray in your own, or simply pause with me in a moment of reflection and sacred hope for the future. And so we pray. On this day of celebration, we take time to pause with our hearts in a posture of gratitude for the accomplishment of these graduates. We collectively breathe life-giving force, that life-giving force, and we say thank you. For we are grateful for the challenges and the triumphs that each have faced as they've journeyed towards this moment. So together we celebrate and we rejoice. We celebrate on this most august occasion. And so we ask for continued grace, light, and perseverance. In times such as these, we thank you for the generations of visionaries, professors, institutional mentors that held their ground and treaded the path where no others would dare to go. And so we pray. In the name of all that is sacred and all that is holy. And the people said, Amen, Amen and Ashe. Thank you.
Family, friends, loved ones, faculty, and most importantly, today's honorees, the graduating class of 2025, congratulations, you made it. This moment marks the culmination of years of nights, late nights, early mornings, countless exams, and for some, I suspect, untold amounts of caffeine. But however you arrived at today, I hope you feel immense pride in all that you've accomplished and excitement for the incredible journey ahead. On behalf of our graduates, I want to thank the mentors, colleagues, and loved ones who have supported them along their journeys. Your guidance, encouragement, and belief in their potential has helped bring them to this day. This celebration belongs to you also. Today, we mark a transition from student to graduate, from imagining the future to making it possible. It's only natural on a day like this to think ahead to your next steps and perhaps even further along. Many of you have been planning and preparing for years, and understandably, you're eager to move forward. But I want to offer a gentle caution. Be careful not to get swept away in the rush to reach the next milestone. Not every moment needs to be a part of a master plan, and not every success will come from moving quickly. Because the world you're stepping into will always ask you to do more and faster. There's a moment in Lewis Carroll's famous novel, Through the Looking Glass, when the Red Queen says, "It takes all the running you can do to stay in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that." It's a vivid metaphor for how many of us approach modern life and modern medicine and modern biomedical research. Always striving, always accelerating, rarely pausing. In fact, it can feel unnatural to stop or to pause, especially in a world that seems to be moving faster every day. New technologies are shaping entire fields of study and industries. The fields of artificial intelligence and data science are reshaping the way we think about research, patient care, and education, opening new possibilities and raising new concerns. In biomedicine, the pace of discovery is astonishing. Every year, there are new tools, new findings, new expectations. It can feel like the only way to keep up is to run harder, push further, and do more. And while at times that may be true, I want to suggest another approach. Because if you spend your life simply trying to keep pace, checking the next box, chasing the next achievement, you may miss what gives your work and your life meaning. I believe a better path isn't about running faster, but about paying closer attention. That by pausing, even just occasionally, we have much more to gain. Today, I want to introduce an idea: to seek awe in your lives. Not awe as a vague sense of wonder, but as a real embodiment of experience. One that shifts how you see the world and your place in the world. One that reminds us of what truly matters. For me, awe happens in moments, sometimes big, but oftentimes small, when we encounter something so striking, so vast, or so intricate that it opens us up. It pulls us out of our thoughts and notions into something larger and more connected. I'm sure each of you can recall moments like that. A star-filled sky, a powerful piece of music, the birth of a child, the quiet dignity of a patient facing the unknown. As you embark on your careers, you'll find that moments of awe like this are abundant if you choose to notice them. Whether comforting a patient, peering into a microscope, poring over a data set, solving a problem no one has cracked before, your careers will bring you face to face with mystery, beauty, and humanity. But only if you make space for it, and you should. Research shows that experiences of awe have measurable positive effects on the body and the brain. They can reduce stress and even our perception of time. In fact, studies from Stanford's Graduate School of Business have shown that awe increases our sense of having enough time, while also making us more patient, more generous, and more fulfilled. Awe helps us step outside ourselves and see our work, our worth, more clearly. It rejuvenates our soul and our spirit. I vividly remember one moment of awe from my undergraduate days. It was during an engineering course. The professor presented studies that used relatively straightforward mathematical models to explain how we perceive balance and movement. I was captivated, not just by the science, but by the elegance of the experiments and the ways in which the data were interpreted and analyzed. These intricate systems, honed over millions of years, regulating our bodies without us even thinking about them. It was humbling, and it was beautiful then and now. Awe expands our view. It brings us closer to the truth, and it doesn't always require a lecture or a laboratory. Sometimes it's a small act of kindness, a stranger helping someone across the street, or it can come from a question that leads to a new insight. Even those moments inspire awe. Marie Curie once described science as an endeavor that goes beyond mere technical work, viewing it instead as an opportunity to encounter nature with wonder and curiosity that a child shows in a fairy tale. That's the kind of attention I hope you will bring to your lives and your careers. So today, I want to leave you with this. Resist the urge to sprint through every chapter. Take time to pause. Let yourself be moved. Let yourself be changed. Because awe is not a distraction, it's a compass. It reminds us of why we chose this path and who we hope to become along the way. Congratulations, class of 2025. May you find inspiration in the work ahead, connection to the people around you, and awe in both the extraordinary and the everyday. Thank you.
Now, may we please welcome our first student speaker, Chigozie Maduchukwu, receiving his Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies.
Hello, hi. Good afternoon, and thank you to my cohort for nominating me to speak on this special day. Thank you to all the friends and family that are here. I also acknowledge that there are loved ones that could not make it, but we feel your support in spirit and in memory. Any one of my classmates will tell you that I love a good story. I love reading one, listening to one, and most of all, telling one. So please, lean in, give me your ears, and let me be your storyteller for today. First, I'll tell you about the amazing chronicles of the great physician assistant class of 2025. Every good story has an interesting theme, and my cohort's theme was being busy. We were lab managers for free clinics, anatomy teaching assistants, co-leaders of interest groups, and we spoke at multiple national conferences, competed and crushed medical competitions, were active volunteers, danced at gigs, and one of us found time to be published multiple times, once on precision oncology in the journal Nature. The characters in my yeah, that's right. No, the characters in my cohort are dynamic and unbelievably resilient. We've lost friends, family, mentors, and pets to death. We've battled with anxiety, depression, and chronic health issues. Still, we fought for our degrees. At the peak of resilience is my classmate, our class hero, who came back to finish her degree even after facing her brain cancer diagnosis. The best stories are translated into many languages and they're loved worldwide. My cohort is about as worldwide as they come. Many of us are children of immigrants or are immigrants ourselves. We've completed internships in, sorry, no, seriously. Sorry. We've completed internships in Nigeria, India, and Ghana. One of us performed research to lift the voices of Afghan refugees. The most inspiring example of international strength is found in the amazing woman who has checked in on her family in Palestine daily, just to make sure they're still alive, while fighting to make sure everyone has access to free care. So I've told you some stories, but it wouldn't be a true Chigo story if I didn't bring up my amazing family. So now I'll tell you a little bit of my tale. I was raised in an Igbo household, an ethnic group from Nigeria. My parents sacrificed so much to make sure that I had every opportunity to pursue a life that I wanted, and I am so grateful for them. I had a brilliant and tough cocoa farming mother and a loving father who lived through civil war and genocide. They are survivors of horrible health issues and people who want better for the home they left behind. They dream of a future without sickness. They inspired me to study public health, and I immediately felt the weight of a fractured health system. I worked in COVID-positive facilities and saw the darkness of mass death. I've had the privilege to work with the underserved, and I've seen how isolating it is to fight for yourself and feel as if you're losing. So now I want to tell the story, the cruel story of today. Our world is threatening to fall into a medical ice age. Evidence-based medicine, public health, and access to care is under attack. Medical research is being frozen as we sit here. Families, our future patients, are being torn apart. War is creating generations of health complications. This is reality, not fiction. As PAs, it is our duty to help our doctors illuminate a path in the darkness, to help our nurses warm the hearts of our patients, and to hunger and use the knowledge that our medical researchers and PhDs produce. Above all else, we need to take our time and listen to the stories of our patients because they are the center of what we fight for. My mother will often tell me an Igbo proverb that says, "Nyai kuru mbayi nagaga, obugu nyai neku bayi na lata lata." Roughly translated, the story we tell when going is not the story we tell when coming back. So to the School of Medicine graduates today, know that you are coming back to a world with a developing story, but never forget you are one of the riders. You are exactly where you need to be. No one should be prouder of you than you. What you completed was not easy, but of course you did it because you can do anything. So thank you all, and I hope your celebrations this evening are filled with the best stories and the warmth of a loving community. And again, congrats to the entire class of 2025. Thank you.
Please welcome our next student speaker receiving her master's degree in human genetics and genetic counseling, Sarah Huang.
Dean Minor, Board of Trustees, esteemed faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, my fellow graduates, thank you so much for this tremendous honor to address the School of Medicine's class of 2025. I'm grateful for the chance to speak for the 180 graduating students receiving their Master of Science degrees this year. Collectively, we reflect the rich diversity of spaces within medicine, from those advancing medical research through animal models in the lab, a feat I deeply admire given my pipetting skills are questionable at best, to those in community health, epidemiology, and health policy working to reduce health inequities, to those in bioinformatics leveraging data to better health outcomes, and to my fellow genetic counseling classmates and I, who support patients and their loved ones in understanding and adapting to genetic conditions, which, by the way, if you didn't know what genetic counseling was before, now you do. Even though we contribute to medical progress at different touch points in patient journeys, we share a powerful collective goal: to push the boundaries of medicine to improve the health of diverse communities. Graduating in any year is a massive accomplishment, but 2025 has brought unique and novel challenges to our communities and fields. Funding cuts and policy changes have led to shifts in research and patient care. The road ahead is uncertain, to say the least, and we've been tasked to continue our fight for accessible, innovative healthcare despite unpredictable obstacles. Lately, I've been reflecting on how this, in many ways, mirrors the experiences of the patients we directly care for, or those who our work seeks to benefit. Their health journeys are also often filled with waiting, unpredictability, and unknowns. And yet, like them, we've persisted. To me, this feels meaningful, knowing that these experiences can shape us into more compassionate, more resilient researchers, clinicians, and healthcare leaders. Many of us, now more than ever, are remembering our whys amidst the uncertainty. It's hard to prioritize this with all the time we spend juggling thesis deadlines, managing IRB protocols, and of course, fountain hopping, which is just as productive. But recently, I went back to the depths of my Google Drive and reread the personal statements that led to my admission to Stanford. Once I overcame the inevitable discomfort of revisiting past writing, I found it to be incredibly grounding. It pushed me to remember who I do it for. Of course, patients, families, and communities, but also the past versions of myself. The version of me who wrote that essay, the one who stepped onto Stanford's campus for the first time as a teenager, even though she and her dad got so lost that they completely missed main quad. And the one who dreamed of adapting to her health challenges to help others through theirs. I hope that today you're thinking of those past versions of yourself as well, letting them serve as tangible reminders of just how far you've come. That not so long ago, you once dreamed of being exactly where you are right now, graduating from Stanford School of Medicine. Those that know me know how much I love music. I may or may not have listened to more than 100,000 minutes, which is equal to about 70 full days worth last year, which I know is either really impressive or mildly concerning. But in that application essay I recently reread, I wrote about my favorite songs and their relation to the personal and professional experiences that led me to become a genetic counselor. I know I'm not alone in this. Time and time again, music has a way of anchoring us in periods of change when one life chapter ends and another begins. So as I thought about a song I could share today, Fleetwood Mac's Landslide came to mind. It's one that some of you may know and love too. In Landslide, Stevie Nicks asks, "Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life?" It's comforting to know that we all ask ourselves these questions, especially in big moments of transition, uncertainty, and celebration like today. I hope you know the answer will always be yes. Thank you so much, and congratulations, class of 2025.
Please welcome our PhD student speaker, Elysse Grossi-Soyster.
Let me be the millionth person to say, congratulations, class of 2025. When I sat down to write out my thoughts about the last few years, I couldn't help but think about our immune systems. The human immune system is a thing of wonder, and like us today, something to celebrate. It's comprised of a diverse network of cells and molecules that work to fight off pathogens, repair damage, and protect from future threats. Just as we have worked tirelessly to become the experts in our fields, our immune system learns from its experiences and evolves its approaches. Our immune system wouldn't be the resilient and incredible system that it is without the challenges that force it to evolve. We have also gained the skills to fight, repair, and protect, and our resiliency has adapted and evolved over the course of our graduate careers. In some of our first days as students here, the sky was a post-apocalyptic shade of orange from nearby wildfires, and we were less than a year into the pandemic. We endured bi-weekly COVID testing, Zoom classes, and socially distanced lab rotations. The School of Medicine faculty and staff did their best to welcome us while keeping us safe, and the mental health team helped us find the confidence to keep going. These were not normal times, but we trusted the science, we got vaccinated and masked, and ultimately we endured. We continue to endure as we developed our thesis projects and conducted experiments while witnessing the nonstop tide of political unrest, social injustices, and ongoing violence in our communities both here and abroad. And while we worried about our own safety, the safety of our families, and our communities, we often stopped and asked ourselves, is this program what I should be doing right now? We weren't alone in these questions, luckily. We found community in our collective action. Alongside our supportive faculty, we dedicated our time to making sure everyone had the support they needed to thrive here. We fought for change by founding committees, doing outreach, staging protests and die-ins and teach-ins and community meals and pride parades. We made sure that the rest of the world knew that the Stanford University School of Medicine community was here to fight for justice with our science and our voices. And we brought our values to the table with the same passion and rigor that we do to our science. And this too shaped us and will continue to evolve as we face uncertain futures that lie ahead. Right now, the very essence of academic research and the foundations of scientific inquiry are being threatened. The freedom to question, to challenge what we think we know about life, and to push against the boundaries of understanding. The academic institutions here in the United States that gave us the resources and opportunities to become the incredible scientists and physicians we are today are actively being dismantled by plagues of misinformation and the intentional suppression of free speech and thought. Vital funding that supports innovative scientific research and discovery is being rescinded as we speak and will impact our approaches to medicine and healthcare for years to come. What does this mean for our future careers, for the future generations of scientists and physicians, and the livelihood of our communities? Luckily, we learned to fight, to repair, and to protect, and we can use our voices to shape the future. But just as our immune system relies on a multitude of pathways and networks rather than a single molecule, none of this work falls on the shoulders of a single person. We must continue to act together no matter where our lives take us. Our voices in this fight are weighted differently now because graduating from Stanford brings privilege, and that privilege is a powerful tool for change if wielded intentionally. So once we've celebrated our achievements, what are we going to do with that privilege? Now is not the time for us to give up and move on. Now is the time for us to continue to mimic the hallmarks of our immune system by continuing to fight for the rights of our communities, repair the damage we've already endured, rebuild trust in science, and protect our freedoms well into the future. While also acknowledging the adaptations we've already made and staying open to future evolution in the face of future challenges. Think about what that means to you in this moment. Mr. Rogers always said, "Look for the helpers in times of crisis." How will you, as a newly minted graduate of the Stanford University School of Medicine, become the fighters, the repairers, the protectors, and the helpers that we and our entire humanity need today? Thank you. All power to the people.
Please welcome our medical student speaker, Jay Shah, who will begin his residency training in otolaryngology at Emory University in Georgia.
Wow. I mean, what a beautiful view. All I see, stunning doctors, bright futures. Do you remember that one Zoom meeting we had that said we were chosen more for our looks than our intelligence? I mean, come on. They were absolutely wrong. We have both beauty and intelligence. So let's give it up for the Stanford Medicine class of 2025 for not only surviving medical school, but for doing it in style. But becoming smart and beautiful doctors is not easy. So to our parents, family, friends, partners, and faculty mentors who believed in us and held us up, thank you. Thank you to you all. And I especially want to thank my parents who came to this country with little knowledge of the language or the land, yet gave me everything that I needed to stand here today, graduating from one of the best medical schools in the world. Actually, I mean the best. Who are we kidding? And now, to my class. Many of us started during the pandemic, scared and nervous. Remember our Zoom socials and Zoom retreats and Zoom anatomy class and Zoom coffee chats and Zoom exams and Zoom parties and Zoom workout classes and Zoom, please, God, make it stop. But we have come a long way. In Palm, we met our first patients. We learned to take history and also learned to keep a straight face while asking a 65-year-old gentleman with the flu about his sexual history, how many partners he had in the last 6 months, and whether he's using any cocaine or marijuana. We pretended we knew what a systolic murmur sounded like. We delivered babies. We learned to counsel patients. We held their hands when they needed it the most. We celebrated, and we cried. But we didn't stop there. We pursued PhDs, MBAs, and many other degrees. We dove deep into research and presented our work nationally. And along the way, we made some amazing friends. So take a moment, look to your left and to your right, and appreciate the people who were there through it all. This is a milestone we have dreamed about for years. We have indeed come a long way. But sometimes I wonder, what are the things that I have forgotten along the way? Who are the people I have forgotten along the way? There's 3 things that I would like us to remember today. The first one is our patients. Think back to why we chose medicine. Maybe it was a loved one. Maybe it was our own experience. Whatever it was, we all had a reason. Something real, something human. And yet, somewhere along the way, I think it's easy to forget that. I definitely have. I remember scrubbing into a case I'd studied closely. I was excited for what felt like another case on a very busy, regular day. But sometime later, the tables turned, and I became the patient for a very similar procedure. As I laid on the operating table, lights piercing into my eyes, I was scared. Scared that something would go wrong. Scared that I wouldn't wake up. I waited and I waited for someone to come in and tell me that I was going to be okay. I needed it. But I didn't say anything. The surgeon came over, looked at me, held my hand, squeezed it, and gently stroked his hand across my forehead and hair. And he said, "Son, you're in good hands. We're going to take care of you. Dream of a nice vacation." That was maybe 30 seconds, and that was it. But I still remember that, clear as day, 4 years later. It made me realize how easy it is to forget that every interesting or routine case is someone's parent, grandparent, or another loved one. And while we focus on treating, they just want us to be present. Let's sit down at eye level. Let's ask about their worries. And let's take that extra minute to answer that last question. Because for us, that's a regular occurrence. But for them, that's something they're never going to forget. The second thing I would like us to remember is ourselves. I was recently rewatching our medical school videos, and I remembered who we were. We were singers, and bakers, and painters, and athletes, and musicians. We were not chasing perfection. We were just trying to feel alive. And then med school happened. Somewhere between rotations and board exams and caffeine-fueled days, I stopped painting, packed away my trumpet. I told myself I'd get back to it after step exams, after rotations, after match, and then after the next thing. This past year, I finally picked up painting again, and I'm working up the courage to play the trumpet again. Medicine is important, but it doesn't have to be our whole personality. We're allowed to laugh, allowed to play, allowed to be delightfully mediocre at hobbies. We can be serious about the work without taking ourselves too seriously. We cannot care for others if we do not care for ourselves. And the final thing I would like us to remind us about is our ability to dream. We dreamed as kids, and we dreamed when we came into medical school. We had visions for leading departments, for changing policy, for inventing technology, for speaking out against injustice. And then at some point, the system starts to chip at you. The EMR, the notes, the hours, the burnout. And I get that. But if the people who have trained at one of the best institutions with the best resources won't do it, then who will? We've been equipped to lead not just as clinicians, but as thinkers, builders, advocates, and change makers. So the question is, what will we do with that? And what will be our corner of the world to change? So, as we strive forward and open up this new chapter, let us not forget our patients, let us not forget ourselves, and let us not forget our dreams. Stanford Medicine Class of 2025, congratulations.
It is now my sincere honor to introduce this year's keynote speaker, Dr. Bryant Lin. Bryant is the best combination of optimist and problem solver. He sees opportunities where others just see problems. He sees gifts where others just see challenges. If there is no silver lining to be found, he creates one. He's a physician, an electrical engineer, and a computer scientist, and he brings all those skills and mindsets to play as a doctor, teacher, researcher, and entrepreneur. Even as he gets excited by new technologies and algorithms, he remains laser-focused on the people, his patients, his colleagues, and his trainees. In 2018, he co-founded and still co-directs the Center for Asian Health Research and Education. The center aims to predict, prevent, and cure diseases that disproportionately affect Asian communities worldwide. It remains the only one of its kind among top universities in the United States, and it's an excellent example of how Bryant works. Identify need and address the need. And do you remember those early weeks and months of the pandemic as we all stayed home to mitigate the spread of the still mysterious disease? It was pretty grim, and we were isolated. We were anxious. But for Bryant, it was another challenge to be met. So in conjunction with our Medicine in the Muse program, he helped launch the Stuck at Home concert series. It was a delight, bringing our community back together virtually when it needed it most. Now, I would say the shocking health diagnosis that followed in 2024 made things more personal for Bryant. But that would be a disservice to all of his prior achievements because he holds dear all of his projects. Indeed, his strength is the very fact that he puts his entire being into everything that he does. So last year, when he was diagnosed with never-smoker lung cancer, it surprised no one near him that he would turn this dreadful event into an opportunity to teach, to research, to share. With grace and generosity and courage, he has seized every chance to raise awareness for never smoker lung cancer, including through a one-of-a-kind medical course focused on his own patient experience. Which brings him here today to speak to you, the class of 2025, and your friends and family. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Bryant Lin.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. You know, it's funny, I wasn't nervous until, waiting to come here, and then 50 people said, "Hey, I'm looking forward to your speech today." It's funny, I should be an expert at this. In 6th grade, I was asked to give the graduation, 5 sentences to the elementary school class, and I was chosen, I think, because I was the loudest kid in the school, not for any other reason, and I think I'm probably the loudest faculty, so that may be another reason I was chosen today. But, thank you, Dean Minor, for the kind introduction. I'm really deeply honored to be invited to speak to you today. Stanford has been a place I've been at for the past 20 years. It's been my home, and it's just been an incredibly unique place to be. I know you guys are anxious. This is kind of the lull in the graduation where you're eager to get your degrees, so I'll keep it short and sweet. The first part of my talk is about gratitude, really an opportunity for me to express my thanks to the many people who have made my life just so amazing. Like Lou Gehrig, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth, and that is in no small part due to so many people here today. The second part of my talk is about 3 hopes and a dream I have for all the graduates today. And you'll hear, coincidentally, some of the themes in my talk are actually were already discussed by our excellent student speakers. First, I would like to thank colleagues who have been instrumental in my 20 years here. I would not be at Stanford were it not for Dr. Paul Wong, head of cardiac EP, who has been my mentor for 27 years. Paul, where are you at, Paul? Stand up, Paul. I hope you are as lucky as I am to have a mentor. I met him first year of medical school at Tufts, and I've been in contact ever since, and he's the reason I'm here. So I hope you're all lucky as I am to have such an incredible mentor. And if you don't have a mentor like that, find one, seek one out. I would also like to thank Dr. Latha Palaniappan, who founded the Center for Asian Health Research and Education with me in 2018. Where are you at, Latha? Stand up. See, keynote speaker's prerogative. I can recognize all these people. So Latha, thank you so much. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing collaborator in our endeavor to improve the health of Asians everywhere. And fortunately, Jackie Genovese couldn't be here tonight. Many of you know her. She works with a lot of the students. She's executive director of Medicine in the Muse. And she's really patiently and thoughtfully tolerated my dozens of crazy ideas since those stuck-at-home concerts. Jackie, looking at you over the internet, thanks for your endless patience and hard work. And actually, coincidentally, I think this is the first year my first class of biomedical ethics and medical humanities students are graduating. So congratulations to those students. Second, I would like to thank the amazing care and research at Stanford that has enabled me to stand in front of you a year after being diagnosed with lung cancer. I feel like $1 million, maybe $1 billion because of inflation. I think all the researchers up here can tell you $1 million doesn't get you very far. Great thanks to my whole care team of doctors, nurses, and other staff, led by our amazing Chief of Oncology, Dr. Heather Wakely. But just as important as clinical care and the research that has enabled me to survive progression-free with a high quality of life, I don't think I've coughed once, I don't feel short of breath, I've got cancer all over the place, but I feel great. Research really has enabled me to be here. If you had told me when I was a medical student in your shoes in 2002 that a patient with metastatic lung cancer that had spread to 50 spots in my brain would be giving a full-throated graduation address, I would not have believed you at all. I would say, no way, that person is going to go and pass within a year, right? And as our PhD student speaker, much better than I can say, that's the power of research. That's the power of technology. I'm the direct beneficiary, so all of these things that are in danger, I'm the direct beneficiary. So when you think of NIH funding, being cut, think of patients, think of people like me. I will be directly impacted by that generational loss of science and scientists. I'm not going to say any more about that, but you can leave to the imagination how many choice things I could say about what's going on in NIH right now. But I think Elysse said it much better than I could ever. Thirdly, I would like to thank you, all the current and graduating students. You've opened my mind to the joys of teaching. I came to Stanford, I really thought of myself as a clinical teacher, not as a classroom teacher. I came to Stanford to figure out how to design medical devices and discover new ways to treat AFib. As a resident attending, I enjoyed teaching in the clinic, but never thought I would enjoy teaching in the classroom. I know of no other university in the world that would empower me, a clinical faculty, to start new classes open to students across campus. Being a teacher, like being a physician, is a great privilege, and I wanted to thank all of you on the part of the faculty for allowing us to be part of your lives. It is really our privilege that you're here with us. As a token of thanks, my wife and I, my wife's over here somewhere, there she is, we decided to give you all a gift today. So if you look, there was on your seat a red notebook. So this is a personal gift from me and my wife to all of you. This is something that I find. Unfortunately, I am not a billionaire, so I could not pay off all your student loans. I wish I could. Maybe next year's keynote speaker, right? I'm also not Oprah, so nobody's leaving with a free car today, so sorry about that. But I hope you'll accept this modest gift. Why a notebook? Well, it's a physical embodiment of memories. It's encoded in graphite and ink instead of ones and zeros. Memories of knowledge, personal thoughts, of experiences, of artistic expression. I strongly believe that a great education hinges on great memories and not great memorization. You may have thought your class time was over, but I'm going to put you guys to work. So that's another reason to get your notebooks today. There are going to be some in-graduation exercises today, so maybe you can think of this as the final class. I hate to say last lecture because that's very foreboding. Final class for you of the year. So please take out your notebooks. You should all have a pen and open to the first page, and there's a line that says name. I want you all to write your name with your new hard-earned credential right next to it. This is the first time you can officially do that. So I was wondering if the audience and the faculty could join me in standing and give a standing ovation to all the graduates today. Please. You see, I have an ulterior motive. This is my evil way of making sure you never throw that notebook away. Before I start, we get to my first hope for you. Let me tell you about my patient, Charles Betts. I've had the great privilege of taking care of Mr. Betts as his primary care doctor. I had the great privilege of taking care of Mr. Betts as his primary care doctor and bonded with him singing old songs like Church in the Wildwood at his visits. I was curious about his life in World War II and found out that he was a chief petty officer in the US Navy. On a bombing run in the South Pacific, his Catalina was shot down by Japanese fighters. The crew survived, several strafings, and they lived for a week on the raft, and they survived by wringing the rainwater out of their shirts for fresh water. They landed on a remote island and were cared for by its inhabitants. I still remember he got so sick of eating bananas that he stopped eating them for the rest of his life until he died at the age of 101. As his 100th birthday approached, I asked him and his daughter what they'd planned to do to celebrate. Not wanting to make a fuss, Mr. Betts only wanted a quiet dinner at home, kind of fit his very quiet personality. I felt obligated to honor his milestones and contributions in a different way. Another patient of mine was a Navy recruiter, and I asked him for his help. He had several chief petty officers of the U.S. Navy Recruiting Command flown in from all around the country to wish him happy birthday in our clinic. The petty officers lined up to present him challenge coins. So these are these little tokens, I don't know if any of you have been in the military, but little tokens that are small in size but great in significance. There was not a dry eye in the house. If I had not been curious about Mr. Betts, if I was too tired to learn more about him as a person and not just as a patient, I would have missed out on one of the momentous experiences of my life. And I would have missed out on the chance to celebrate his. So next exercise for you, you still got your notebooks. Take a minute to write down what you're curious about. Take a minute to write down what you want to learn about in the next 1 year, in the next 5 years, in the next 20 years when you're up here on stage with the rest of us. Please pause for a minute to do that. And hopefully, again, you'll keep it because you wrote your name on it with your credential, and you can look back at this years from now. So while you're doing that, I wanted to tell you my first hope for you is that you don't forget to be curious. So Jay had a theme of memory and not forgetting. I also have this theme. You are all curious as scientists, as clinicians, as researchers, but it's easy to forget to be curious. When you're tired, when it's late in the day, when 50 things are going on in life that are out of your control, it's easy to forget to be curious. I hope you don't forget to be curious. Let me tell you another story before I get to my second hope for you. Years ago, when we first moved to the Bay Area, my wife and I ran a kind of after-hours small custom wood shop, furniture building shop in Mountain View. For 2 years, we designed and built home furniture out of hardwood. We got great satisfaction producing pieces drawn for our imagination, rendered in cherry, walnut, maple, and finished with wax and oil. As our first son, Dominic, was soon to arrive, we quickly realized that a wood shop is no place for a young child. With spinning saws and reciprocating blades, we were becoming parents, so it was time to put away childish things. We stowed our tools away. A few weeks ago, we rekindled our love of sawdust, clamps, and glue, and built our youngest son, Atticus, who's a huge chess fan. We built him a chessboard out of walnut and maple. I do plenty of creating it at Stanford, new inventions, new programs, new classes, but nothing beats the satisfaction of creating something drawn straight from your imagination. I should never have put away my childish things. My second hope for you is that you never forget to be creative, to plumb the raw depths of your imagination. You are all creative, but it is easy to forget when life gets in the way. Please, okay, next exercise. Please pick up your notebooks again and draw a picture as you would have drawn, so no excuse, draw it as you would have when you were 5 years old. Stick figures are okay. I know there's this big obstacle, big barrier. I'm a terrible artist. I'm happy to draw. But draw a picture of where you will be and what you will be doing 20 years from now. And again, if you can draw, great. Draw as you would. But if you say, hey, I can't draw, I'm giving you permission to draw it as you would when you were in kindergarten. Nobody argues that kindergartners are not creative, right? Somehow, we feel like we lose that on the way. So let me tell you a final story before I get to my last hope for you. My mother is here in the audience. She has advanced dementia and no longer recognizes most people around her, including my father, who is her husband of 57 years. Hi, Mama. Mama. Mama, teacher. My mother is the kindest person I have ever known. She's unfailingly kind to friends, families, and strangers alike. I remember one day she came home crying and frankly quite pissed off because she was speaking with my grandmother in the supermarket. She was speaking with my grandmother at the supermarket in Taiwanese. Some lady came up to her and screamed at her, "Speak English, speak English." But, although she was upset and angry at the time, she didn't hold those experiences against strangers. She assumed most people were good people, and she always treated people with kindness and respect. Even today, with her memory leaking away, she's always polite, thanking everyone for their help, with providing her food, with moving her to her chair, and taking her off her shoes as she gets ready to leave. My third hope for you is that you never forget to be kind like my mother. One of the few things that my mother responds to is music. Her favorite song that she sang to me and my siblings growing up is "You Are My Sunshine." I sang the same song to my own kids who are here today when they were babies. Since my mother is here today, I was wondering if you could do me a favor and if you could do me a kindness and join me in singing "You Are My Sunshine" to my mother. If you don't want to sing it for my mom, that's okay. Sing it for your own mom, sing it for your own dad, sing it for your own kids, or sing it for someone who's special here today, because we're all here today not by ourselves. We're all here due to the support of so many people. So let's sing it twice. I think most of you probably know this song. Sing the chorus twice. 1, 2, ready, go. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Second time. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Funny, they have happy tears Kleenex ready for us, so. Thank you so much. That really meant the world to me. I hope you don't forget to be curious. I hope you don't forget to be creative. And I hope you don't forget to be kind. In this world with so many things going on, so much negativity, it's really easy to forget. I would like to close with my dream for you. On a whim, I went to the Coldplay concert a few weeks ago at Stanford Stadium. I'm a huge nerd, for anybody who knows me, and have never been to a non-classical music concert. And even though it was their 165th concert of the series, they looked like they performed with the same delight that they did during their first concert. I mean, maybe that's because they were getting paid $1 billion to do it. I don't know. Even though this is the 18,626th day of my life, and even though I have an incurable cancer, I embrace each day and try my best to find the happiness and joy in it. My dream for you is that you all find the same happiness and joy that I have. I hope you can find happiness through curiosity, creativity, and kindness like me. I wish for you to seek out and find happiness and not wait for it. Look for it every day. Thank you for your attention today.
I would now like to acknowledge several outstanding faculty and staff who won awards for teaching and service to our students this year. They were honored last month, and they are listed in your program. Stanford School of Medicine is proud to recognize their effort, which is the primary reason we are consistently among the top programs in the country. And now we begin the presentation of the diplomas.
Good afternoon. I'm Susan Jamison. I'm the Associate Dean of the Masters of Science in PA Studies program. And I'm delighted to be able to call out our names of our graduates. Our first up is Aya Awad. Judith Carlson. Anamika Ghosh. Danielle Lisa Ginsburg. Hannah Jean Massine Henderson. Nathaniel Houston. Jacqueline Hutchinson. Rachel Kennedy. Jun Hee Kim. Ted Kim. Lisa Kurt. Brooke Landry. Evan G. Young Lee. Jamie Liu. Chigozie Maduchukwu. Benjamin McGee. Darren Ton Lee No. Venice Nomoff. Rachel Ogata. Karishma Patel. Brooke Paris. Gino Panetta. Melanie Naomi Shoninga. Whitney Standard. Hasibullah Wardak. Tina Wu. Ann June.
No, I think I'm good. Thank you. Hi, welcome to our students, our graduates, and congratulations to our 2025 grads. And thank you, Brian, for such an amazing graduation speech. I'm Melissa Bondi, and I'm the Discovery Chair of Medicine in the Department of Epidemiology and Population Health, where I chair. I'd like to start with our first graduates, master's level graduates, Sophia Adelson. Congratulations. Pooja Akella. Ashawar Agapalpan, Sana Alam, Lujain Al-Asaf, Insara Ali, Saif Ali, Josie Allen, Christina Andrunescu, Balaji Anna, Susana Avagayan, Richard James Bailey Jr., Jessica Balbin, Maria Isabel Barros Winley, Carolyn Bell, Shreya Berry, Vaishnavi Banmidi, Jonah Bryan, Nishwen Sai, Kyle Chang and baby, Wen Yuan Sandy Chen. What happened? Kyle Chang? No? Who was that? Okay. Is this Wen Yuan? Wait, which? Okay, I know, but which, did I miss you? This is Wen Yuan? Wen Yuan Sandy Chen. Elysse Chen. No? Which one are you? Okay. Nawang Choki Yi. Katie Comforfeld. Miramar Contreras Nieves. Byron Crow. Grace Cullen. Zainab Danani. Yanan Ding. Esra Dogan. Sevilla Leona Duran. Annalise Naela Marie El Khoury. Astrid Elliott. Juan Carlos Espinal Mejia. Leslie Espinosa Campananes. Judy Fan. Xiao Mei Fan. Maheen Ferrochi and family. Congratulations. Louis Anthony Firo III and family. Imogen Gardner. Devin Sean Gore. Christine Goodermuth. Stephanie Guerin. Zhangyi Guo. Samvel Gurjian. Eva Hellman. Lana Henthorn. And family. Ariana Hosseini. Sherry Hu. Emily Huang. Sarah Huang. Nadia Iswari. Ifan Jenkin. Ye Jin Jeannie Jiang. Li Yuan Ji and son. Man Xin Yue. Jin. Yang Jenny Jin. Shadani Juarez Diaz. Nadia Keva. Madeline Kingsland. Jasmine Wakela Kinney. Fernando Alonso Lara Lintz. Anisha Lamas. That's not you? Are you Nayla? Nayla Lachuga Sepulveda. Alex Lee. Brian Songjun Lee. Jean Lee. Sinjin Lee. And I'd like to pass this on to my colleague, Dean Felsher.
Pleasure. I am Dean Felsher, Professor of Medicine, Oncology, and Pathology, and I'm delighted to continue the presentations of the diplomas or Masters of Science. May 11. Okay, sorry. Robert Lin. Sophia Longo. Victor Lujan. Manoj Madali. Isha Mahal. Viviana Andrea Maldonado Julio. Gina Marte. Claire Marie Martin. Bryce Martinez. Catherine Angelina Mayberg. Christina McCall. Charity Denise McDowell. Jody Meng. Amanda Michelle Mitchell. Britt Morales. Franklin Mooreshead. Jasmine Edna Newson. Perry Nielsen Jr. Riley Nisbet. Obiama Enwanko. Roxanne Ohayun. Chidima Rachel Okpara. Paulina Paez. Nicholas Panyan Advang. Ayan Patel. Ankita Patil. Rahul Ramesh Kanamaka. Sofia Pezentes. Karina Picasso and family. Alexa Karine Polak. Vera Prokopieva. Tom C. Quach. Charles Rotz. Yugendran Rahandrad. Kalani Ratnasariri? Yeah. Sorry, Giorgio. That's you? Sorry, okay. Please. Giorgio Ricciardiello. Pablo Ramirez? Okay. Sorry, Pablo. Pablo Ramirez. Amanda Rodriguez. Leah Virginia Rossi. Elena Rabini. Armando Sanchez Conde. Sol Savchuk. Rebecca Shapiro and family. Brooke Say. Are you Alan? Fiona, okay. Fiona Yesel Sung. Max Shakespeare. Adiyant Shankar. Lisa Caitlin Silva and child. Akil Sud. Vishnu Srinivasan. Wesley Su-un. Isa Celia. Rika Tarashima. Candace Thompson. Are you Arnhilder? Okay, make sure. Arnhilder Tomas Datier. Alexis Tren. Remy Turley. Gauri Vadmal. Gloria Celia Vergara Naira. Brittany Lee Wang. John Wang. Iku Coco Wang. Emily Williams. Gloria Yi. Angeline Yu. Yua Yu. Allison Kathleen Zun. Elizabeth Zudok. And now I'd like to introduce Professor Krams.
Good afternoon. My name is Sherry Krams. I'm the Senior Associate Dean for Graduate Education and Postdoctoral Affairs and Professor in the Department of Surgery. And I have the honor of presenting the diplomas to the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. And starting our cohort is Geeta Chu Abarahimin. Carmen Aguirre. Matthew Aguirre. Diego Almanza. Gabriel Amador Aquino. Scott Evan Berger. Abby Jean Bergman. Sierra Bowden. Rebecca Chan. Min Sung Choi. Emma Catherine Costa. Aaron Craig and family. Marika Kustik. Mary DeFeo. Daisy Yiding. Camilo Andres Espinoza Bernal. I know that. Catherine Farrick. Sarah Frall. Kelsey Fryer. Maria Fernanda Gonzalez. Jonathan Goodman. Elysse Grossi-Soyster. Ming Shin Gu. Catherine Hansen. Brian Ho. Hudson Horn. Josie Huang. Samuel Jaros. Martha Alexis Carlson. Youssef A. Khan. Yulin Kim. John Kochalka. Mallory Laboule. Ku Shuan Leo. Ashley Lewis. Richard Leong. Vincent Liu. Christy Leong. Rosa Ma. Ricardo Mack. Rebecca Mancusi. Samson Matarasso. Lindsay Catherine Mell. Alma Mendoza. Michael Thomas Montgomery. Gabriella Mwanga. Daniel Navarrete. Carrie Ningo. Catherine Nico. Jason Nidifer. Kawami Nahami May. Benjamin Oberlton. Joseph Park. Wan Hao Chu. Kalani Ratnasiri. Grayson Rodriguez. Hannah Rosenblatt. Kira Rashi Sharmardani. Hanyang Shen. Kevin Shi. Janelle Silia Sar Doyle, and family, and graduate. Sarah Stern. Liesel Strand. Eric Sun. Aaron C. Keistan and daughter. Annabelle Tan and son. Alan Tung. Raylene Corinne Valbuena. Lauren Varanese. Linny Jiang Wharton. Yi Chung Eric Wong. Kevin Wu. Adele Francis Shu and daughter. Lily Shu. Christine Ye. Brenda Yu. Ivan Zalevdov. I'm sorry. Alana Ariel Zucker Sharif. Congratulations to the candidates for the PhD 2005. I'd now like to invite Dr. Reena Thomas back.
I will now have the honor of presenting diplomas to the candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree. Geeta Chu Abiraman. Layla Bu Akatari. Jude Alaraman Alarawa. Bryce Allen Bagley. Niranjan Balachandra. Jordan Burgess. Job Camarena. Arokaruba Cheatham West. Augustine George Chemparati. Michael Chen. Lauren Clark. Zainab Dinani. Alex Doan. Joseph Espiritu. Yosef Fauzi. Brandon Foster. Baraket Abate Girabirazia Aberia. Gallo Alexander Gonzalez. Jonathan Goodman. Connie Chiron Gowa. Sambel Gurizayan. Dong Gi Her. Shama Ike. Isaac Jackson. Riasoya Judah. Thomas Johnstone. Augustine Kang. Damanpreet Kaur. Kristen Kennedy. Brandon Lamb. Guan Li. Gaurav Luthria. Lucy Winciu Ma. Benjamin Maines. Alicia Maltos. Shruti Mantri Garimella. Kajal Maran. Vongai Christine Malumbo. Haley Morin. Danielle Mullis. Caroline Murtaugh. Florian Nagako Kameni. Gabriel O. Sydney Owen. Neil Patel. Josh Pickering. India Rogers Shep. Solomia Sabchuk. Ben Liad Schwartz. Jay Shah. Shreya Ashish Shah. Vaibhavi Shah. Jonathan Shee. Sade Sinclair. Alexandria Nicole Tart. Alondra Valencia. Austin Valido. Micah Van Niekerk. Kunal Varshnaya. Lisandra Velis Dominguez. Sierra Willens. Michelle Gio. Adele Francis Shu. Nova Shu. Christopher Gunn Min. Yoon. Brian Yu. Tiffany Yu. Adari Zhang. Sai Zhao. Elizabeth Zedek. Joshua Leaston. Congratulations to all our graduates. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sherry Krams to join me as we lead the PhD graduates in the reading of the Stanford Biosciences Affirmation. Will the PhD graduates please stand? All of those in the audience with PhDs in the biosciences are also invited to stand and read along with us. You can find the affirmation at the end of the program. As I embark on my career as a scientist, I willingly pledge that I will practice and support a scientific process that is based on logic, intellectual rigor, personal integrity, and an uncompromised respect for the truth. I will perform my professional activities and interactions with scientific integrity and respect for the field and my peers. I will acknowledge that science involves failures and can be frustrating. Thus, I will treat myself and my colleagues with kindness and compassion as we deal with temporary setbacks on the path to progress. I will acknowledge my role as an ambassador of science to the public and will strive to be honest, respectful, and unbiased when engaging the public. I will never let the potential for personal recognition, profit, or advancement cause me in any way to act that violates the public trust in science or in me as a scientist. I will foster a community that is inclusive of all and recognize that diversity cultivates innovation, creativity, and progress. I will acknowledge and honor the contributions of scientists who have preceded me and become a worthy role model deserving of respect by those who follow me. I will always be cognizant that my work is for the advancement of knowledge and the benefit of all humanity and our world. Please be seated. Will the MD and MSPA graduates please stand while I lead you in the reading of the Stanford Affirmation? All physicians and PAs in the audience are also invited to stand and read along with us. You can also find the affirmation in the program at the end of the program. On my admission to the practice of medicine, I pledge to devote my life to the service of humanity. The care of my patients will be my first consideration. I will strive to acquire and share new knowledge with colleagues and my patients. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and to the best of my ability and judgment. I will approach each patient with charity, attention, humility, and commitment. I will hold all life dear and let knowledge, wisdom, courage, and compassion guide my therapy. I will use my medical knowledge and skills to promote human rights, social justice, and civil liberties. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, faith, ethnic origin, gender identity, nationality, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or other forms of discrimination to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the confidences with which I will be entrusted. I will give gratitude and respect to those from whom I've learned my science and my art. I will uphold the integrity of the medical profession. I will cultivate peace in both personal conduct and political expression. I will not use my knowledge contrary to the spirit of this affirmation. I make these promises in the witness of those who have stood here before me and those who will come after, solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. All graduates of the Stanford School of Medicine, please stand. Now is a good time for all of our graduates to acknowledge the families and friends who have helped make this possible. Please be seated. Now, please welcome Deval Lashkari, President of the Stanford Medicine Alumni Association.
Hi there, good afternoon. As the last speaker before the benediction, I can safely say I think we're in the home stretch. So thank you all for being here, and I'd like to thank all of the speakers today. It's just wonderful words Thank you to the students for putting these wonderful speeches together. And a special thanks to Dr. Lin for a truly inspiring and unique keynote address. Thank you so much. What's that saying? I went to a graduation ceremony and a sing-along broke out. I think that's what happened today. Dean Minor and the organizers, I'd also like to thank you for inviting me to say a few words on behalf of the Stanford Medicine Alumni Association. And to the class of 2025, I am going to say it one more time, congratulations. You've achieved a remarkable milestone, and it really reflects not only your talent and hard work, but the perseverance and resilience that you've had throughout the years of challenge, of growth, and discovery. And I'd also like to extend congratulations to your families, friends, and loved ones. Their support and encouragement has truly made today possible. Graduates, I am now honored to welcome you into the Stanford Medicine alumni family. You are all now part of a global community of Stanford Med alumni. It's a legacy of curiosity, bold thinking, impact, and compassion. And as you transition from students to alumni, please know that the support you've had throughout your time here at Stanford doesn't end today. Our Alumni Association is here, ready to offer guidance and support as you navigate the next steps of your career. And while your journey at Stanford may be concluding in one way, it's just beginning in another. As alumni, you now have the opportunity to stay connected, to continue to learn from one another, and to give back by mentoring, by advising, by guiding, and by being there. And we encourage you to work with the next generation of students. Your engagement will help maintain the spirit of excellence and innovation that defines Stanford Medicine. And in times like these, when science and medicine have such tremendous promise and certainly many challenges, the strength of our community becomes even more important. As we all know, progress doesn't happen alone. It happens when we come together, when we share ideas generously, when we support one another, and when we hold fast to our common purpose of advancing knowledge and improving lives. And so as you take your next step into residences, postdocs, fellowships, labs, industry, or wherever your path takes you, remember to stay engaged with Stanford Medicine. Stay connected, seek support when you need it, and give back when you can. And once again, congratulations, Stanford Medicine alumni.
We are almost there. The benediction. A benediction is both a blessing as we leave this place and a challenge to go forth and do the work of healing the world. In the Hebrew tradition, tikkun olam. It says, you are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Do not be daunted by the enormity of what lies ahead. Do justly now. Love mercy now. Walk humbly now. May we use our learning of healing and healing for tikkun olam to repair the brokenness of our world. Therefore, now with open hearts, discerning minds, and compassionate action, may we all continue to be these things and more, as seekers of healing and peace for the benefit of humanity. In all we do, let us bring to it hearts of wisdom. May we care for one another as we care for ourselves. May each of you today be blessed with joy to know that we can make a difference in the world, to bring healing, justice, and kindness to all of creation. We pray in the name of all that is sacred and all that is holy. Let the people say amen, amin, and ashe. We're done. Give yourselves a hand. Celebrate.
Many congratulations to all of you, the graduating class of 2025. Thank you for coming to celebrate this landmark in the lives of our graduates. Please remain seated until the recessional is completed. Thank you.
you.